What's going on, guys? Walking to the relay cell in order to give it my zeros and ones to share with the entire computer to determine what's happening and stuff. So pretty much another thing I wanted to point out, something I was saying about computers. What the fuck? That's dumb. You're not even thinking anymore. I just said zeros and ones and you just said computers. That's fucking retarded, bro. Alright, so another thing I wanted to point out was that trip, that little choosing to kill concept for me, especially when I'm doing something good. Like when I'm playing the piano and I'm doing really, really good and it sounds beautiful and it sounds nice. And then someone concepts me, someone kills me. And now I make a mistake and it ruins the whole image. Now, these guys would try to semantically say, okay, so I can only do it for 1 second. It doesn't explain why he made those other choices. And I want you to think about it like this. So we got proof, we got evidence of the ability to cause slips and mistakes by choosing concepts with the argument that kills other concepts and stuff like that, right? So with that asserted, we've also got the idea of reverberation, remassing. And so even though they aren't choosing the concept aggressively right now, they are still choosing it slowly and repeat it, and it reverberates through the concept of what's happening in all areas. It pretty much is them reverberating and re-pushing it, and instead of it being like an immediate thing because they have an immediate jealousy that they want to trip me over, like what just happened, they instead are doing it slowly and trying to emulate it looking like my choice, when really it's very obvious that they're just like conditioning me and pushing me towards dead ends that they can say, see, he deserves to die now. See, I don't need to respect them. And they look like this. That's what they look like. They look like what I look like right now. They look like this. That's what they all look like on their individual level. Every time you catch them, I guarantee you they'll look something like that. So yeah. All right. Bye. Got another thing while I was headed to the control board, the control module to upload my zeros and ones. There's this argument of like, if it's all about your individual choices, then how come if I try really hard, I can set you up to deal with physiological consequences that are actually my doing? Like, what if I take a gun and shoot someone and then give you the gun, and it looks like you just shot someone, and everyone assumes that you did, and now you're dealing with the consequences of that? How come it doesn't save you then? That's because of privacy, and also you're taking advantage of the some know and everyone knows levels, while maintaining what's really happening at the PK, the personal known level. So what it is, it's just a temporary confusion, and in most cases, I mean, the crime will actually be solved. But in other cases, let's say you get a guy, you set him up to look like a criminal, and he actually gets in trouble. But it's not because of life, it's because of the choices of the people around him within a confined vacuum. And the whole argument is, if what he was saying was real, then shouldn't life save him? I guarantee you that guy goes to a good prison that's got a good system. They have fucking tablets, they have commissary, they can fucking watch movies, they can chill. It's got basketball. It's like a resort there. I guarantee you that's what happens. Because I'm serious. And no matter what you do, even if you get away with like even if you like fucking like, oh, this man killed a guy and he's got the gun to prove it, and then all society goes, I can't see it any other way. I guess he's got to go to prison for this crime. And he goes to prison. He's still gonna have a good time, like, cause that's what I'm telling you. Like these things are still gonna treat him well. And before you go off with so he said he's gonna have a good time in prison, why can't we just put him in prison? I just want you to know that, like, this is beyond that level. This is beyond the, you really gotta start thinking now, because I got you here. I mean, everything I'm saying is factual. It's actually pretty evident in just observing life itself. So, yeah. Just because you can confuse limited perspective does not mean that you've disproven anything. Because even in a religious aspect where you believe in a God that created everything and and you don't think that the God complex is just the natural desire from Asimov to now to try and control everything without collision or pushback. Even in that, what is God judging you for? Is he judging you for the crimes that people made it look like you committed or that people pushed you into? Or is he are they judging you for the crimes that you actually committed, like the crimes that you planned and had time to think about and came across the concept of it being wrong and came across the concept of it just being don't do it and you still chose to do it? Those are the crimes you get judged for. You don't get judged for the crimes that you get pressured into. You don't get judged for the crimes that other people commit through you. You get judged for the crimes that you committed, you know what I mean? So even in this system of trying to say, yeah, but you still need to be afraid of these things happening because I'm a horrible person and I'll set you up. That's still just you making a bad choice. And the fact that you're still attached to me and that you're upset and that you constantly feel like you need to prove me wrong is also evident of the fact that your concept as a whole has lost its stability without proving something in me wrong, which means that I was just right and you can't detach yourself without losing your justification, without losing the ability to stand on your own. So even if you create physical distance, you still need my concept to look and be a certain way so that yours can have a relative exchange because you don't respect the individual level of responsibility. Oh my gosh, that Cosby, fuck you guys, dude. You don't respect, wait. You don't respect the personal known level. I know this is true. I know this is the facts. They don't. I'm going to manipulate them by creating a distortion of the facts based on what I know and what they don't know. I am God because I disprove life. Now you can't trust anyone. I'm a genius for doing this. Oh my gosh, I'm so smart. And I think it's just stupid. Thing, I got a new phrase. I think it's the best way to say it. Whenever somebody is like in the wrong, but they like resort to an is argument where they're like, okay, if I'm wrong, how come I can still choose to make the wrong choice? How come I can still do this? Even if you're right, you're still dead-ended. You still need to survive. It doesn't matter if you were right now, huh? Now you're fucked. See? Now it doesn't matter. Now you just need to survive. All that shit. I call that 3 gaming. And that's pretty much when the question was, what does 1 + 1 equal? And in order to prove that that you'll have to get up and change the board and rewrite the answer, they put 3 just to make you get up and go and change the answer to 2 because they want to prove that if they do wrong, you have to get up and fix it or some shit. I don't fucking know what it is, but they're free gaming there. They're pretty much just like even if you're right, I still set you up to fucking need to survive and rely on me. So what about that? I'll say what about that? You just made your lives extremely harder. Hold on, I gotta go. Sorry, I had to save someone. No, I'm just kidding. I thought that would be funny. The 3 gaming. The whole point of 3 gaming is to pretty much make a point. And it's always that is law thing. It's always that physiological, that fucking desperate little armadillo tactic, right? Where they don't care if you were right, and they just want to prove that because they're wrong and because they get treated the way that they earned by their individual choices, and thus determine how life treats them, that they're just trying to set you up to get treated the way that they get treated because they don't want to think, oh man, maybe I'm doing something wrong on a personal level that I need to change. No, they want it to just be, see, how would you respond if you ended up like me? And the thing is, I don't know, I've been through this a couple of times. I always do it right. And it always sucks. I mean, it doesn't suck. It's always like some fucked up shit like, yeah, you got me, I gotta suffer. Oh, damn, I gotta suffer. Damn, I might even die this time. And then something happens, like somebody comes by and they're like, hey man, you wanna hang out? Hey man. Oh, hi, do you like me to ride somewhere? Oh my gosh. All that shit. And then all of a sudden, I'm fucking chilling. And then they're like, oh my god, yeah, I can totally help you get a job. Oh my god, oh my gosh. All that shit. So, I think I'll be fine. Even if I'm not, I still conquered life. Look at me, I'm in the clouds, I'm a giant. Look at this. Haha. I want you to understand something about I guess, responding to people as if they're actually next to me. In a way, within like conceptual theory, they actually are. And it's not like I feel like I'm actually talking to them. It's more so just me like kind of taking a commentary perspective of things. Not only that, but because we're all choosing what's happening right now as a group, it actually does mean that even if I'm not next to you, our choices are interacting with each other. And it's through that kind of law of occurrence that I kind of speak with everybody. So yeah. I don't know what this is. I can't tell if this is denial or what is this. I can't tell what that is. But yeah, almost done. So it seems like the whole point of this is like somebody feels like life is unfair and is tired of me saying that no, it's actually really fair. Like you just gotta act the right way. You gotta treat it right way. Have good intentions towards everything, not just the things that you like. And they're like, no, it's not fair. And they're like, what if I made you homeless and made everybody think that you were someone that you weren't, so that how everyone treated you was the wrong way, and then they didn't listen because I also set that up on you, and now you're just dead, and now they don't care. And it's like, well, you put a lot of effort into that, and if you got that, that would mean that life was fair because you earned that by putting effort into it, right? And that means that you got a fair response for your effort, right? So that means life is fair, and so yeah, I think it's just crazy here that the whole point is like to try and like corrupt my mind by making me desperate and afraid. Like just make me be like, oh my gosh, you're right. It doesn't matter how good a person you are. Oh my gosh, you're right. It doesn't matter. I just need to survive. Oh no. I think it's fucked up. So to all you men out there saying, we're gonna see how fucking funny you think this is when you're out there starving and all this. I just want you to know, I'm seeping through everything. I'm getting into every crevice of how we share existence, and you upset me. You are mean, and I'm gonna find you. I mean it. I missed the stop recording button.